Okay, guys, today we're going to go ahead and talk about organisms and their relationships. This section coordinates with the second chapter in your book, section 1. So first let's go ahead and talk about how interactions between biotic and abiotic factors in ecosystems perpetuate life. That is the topic of today's lesson. We have to talk about ecology. Organisms depend on other organisms and non-living factors in their environment for survival. So all of the living and the non-living things are interrelated. And ecology is the study of these relationships that includes both the living and the non-living parts of the environment. All of ecology deals with the biosphere. The biosphere is the portion of the earth that supports and surrounds life, and it includes all living things and the air, the soil, and the water that surround them. It extends up into the atmosphere and down into the soil and to the depths of the ocean, to the ocean floor. If you take a look, here is a diagram of the biosphere. You'll notice there are so many cycles and interactions that occur between the lithosphere and the atmosphere and the stratosphere. And all of those are parts that run cycles through our biosphere, which we'll be getting into later in the chapter. Now, biotic factors are the living factors in an organism's environment. They are the interactions between organisms necessary for the survival of the species. Anything that is living is biotic. Abiotic factors, conversely, are non-living factors. Those are the things that don't live. So anything like your temperature, your soil, your water, those are all abiotic factors. Let's go ahead and take a little look here at a video clip about biotic and abiotic factors to give us a little bit more information.
Abiotic and biotic factors. An ecosystem contains living and non-living things. The ecosystem has many examples of the interaction between the living and the non-living. Living things in an ecosystem are called biotic factors. Living things include plants, animals, bacteria, fungi, and more. The non-living parts of the ecosystem are called abiotic factors. Some non-living things are sun, temperature, water, atmospheric gases, and soil. One example of the interaction between abiotic and biotic factors is with plants. Plants use sunlight, water, and CO2 to make food. Without these things, plants would not be able to grow. Another example is the interaction between turtles and soil. Some turtles are known to bury themselves in the soil. When the temperature becomes too hot, turtles seek protection in the cool underground. Elephants and water interact as well. In order to stay hydrated, elephants drink water. In fact, all biotic factors need water to survive. Fish and temperature also show the interaction between the living and the non-living. A fish's body temperature matches its surroundings. Warm tropical waters keep the fish's body operating at an optimal temperature. Another example is fox and the snow. When the temperature drops and the snow starts to fall, some foxes grow a white fur coat. The thick coat insulates and keeps the fox warm. Also, the color matches its surroundings, an adaptation known as camouflage. Lastly, bacteria and soil interact. Bacteria are decomposers. Decomposers get energy by recycling dead organisms back into the ground. Nutrients re-enter the soil, making the ground fertile. So take a look out your window and try and identify the interactions between abiotic and biotic factors. Abiotic and biotic factors.
So now we have a more clear understanding of the interaction between the abiotic and the biotic factor.